Hey everybody, welcome back to Durbin's Bourbon. I'm Joe.
I'm Josh.
We have a whiskey review. It's a bourbon out of Heaven Hill Distillery. A friend of ours is letting us borrow this bottle. Thank you, Shane. Shout out to you.
Shane.
This is a newer bottle design. It is a couple years old. In 2021, they changed bottles. I believe that's about the time frame. It is 1783 Evan Williams, small batch.
Which we all know means nothing.
Yep. They say it is approximately 200 barrels per batch.
Which is 487 million gallons.
So that's a lot of whiskey considering.
If all you out there, small batch doesn't mean anything. It's a huge batch of whiskey.
It is. 200 barrels is a lot of whiskey when there's...
It's just something they put on there because it sounds good, really.
But I wonder, do they actually cut off at 200 barrels?
It could be a 500,000 and call it a small batch. It doesn't mean anything.
Huh.
It's just what they came. Yeah, it's just what they came up with to make it sound good.
So they say when they say on the website, this is a small batch made with approximately 200 barrels.
Right. So it could be 250. It could be 187, probably.
So then, there's kind of a difference, then, isn't there? Really, like with Jim Beam Jim Beam White is dumped with.
Right, but they don't call that a small batch.
No, it's just regular. So small batches, there isn't a set.
You could call Jim Beam White Label small batch if you wanted to,
and say, yeah, we dump it with 50,000 barrels.
Right, but they don't because there's no reason to. Because you want to. Whatever. Gotcha. It's a marketing thing. And it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no such thing as like small batch. There's no parameters to it.
Oh, okay.
It's just a word they put on the label.
Sure. So. And they say we dump it with this many barrels.
Right. Some might be like, yeah, it's a small batch and it's only 50 barrels.
Like your Pappies and stuff. Sure.
So
20, 15, 5. Okay. I get it. That makes a little more sense.
Maybe they should say smaller batch.
Yeah. It's not your standard 50,000 barrels going into this giant vat to make whiskey out of.
But like you said, 200 barrels is a lot.
It is a lot of barrels. That's a lot of 53 gallons per barrel.
Yeah, probably less if it's aged.
Yeah, and this is aged between 6 and 8 years. The bottle changes one noticeable difference. The other one is it was 86 proof. It is now 90 proof. So they went up in proof point, changed the bottle a little bit, make it a little more aesthetically pleasing to someone. It does look neat because the round barrels were kind of... They were just
bottles.
Round. Yeah. The round bottles were just... Yeah, true. They were okay, but then a lot of your other Evan Williams, like the white label, it's perfectly square, like Jack Daniels. Yeah. So it's kind of a unique little bottle.
And I've had the old 1783. I used to like it because it was like $15.
And this is coming in at 20.
He says aged about 6 to 8 years. Yeah. So for $20, that's a pretty good deal.
That is.
I mean, we haven't tried it yet, but I did like the old one. So I'm assuming this with a little higher proof probably better. It smells like high rye though.
Yeah.
Which Evan Williams is.
There's a lot of cherry.
Oh.
There's a lot of dark chocolate cherry.
Almost too. The bitter I get.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting a whole lot of sweetness though.
No. I'm getting just a ton of...
A little bit of like earthy, maybe hay, not honey. I think that comes along with the rye for me.
For my nose, most dominant cherry. Like a rich cherry, like almost the Luxardo cherry, not like a cheap cherry, but
cheap cherry,
candied. Yeah, that's got a neat nose. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. $90 proof. That's pretty smooth.
Yeah, it's not real oily. It doesn't linger very long. I'm getting a heavy rye.
Are you really?
With the nose and with the flavor. I got like a high ryegrass, pepper, a little bit of honey. I don't get any of that cherry.
Gosh. I'm going for another one, see if I can get something. Mm-hmm.
It's good though. I like it. I feel like it's really balanced.
There's that rye.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second taste, the rye grass.
I like it. For $20?
Yeah, that's pretty decent whiskey. Shane, you did really good on this one, man. This is a nice bottle of whiskey.
I've been seeing it too, and I'm just like, when it was, like I said before, a few years back with the old bottle and stuff, I bought it quite regularly. It was kind of like my sipper,
right.
It's better than a regular black label Evan Williams.
Yes.
It's not going to knock your socks off either, but it's good.
No, I think the higher proof helps it.
I think so,
At
too.
86 as opposed to 90.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think a couple proof points would make a difference, but it really does.
Yeah, it's got. I think it's like robust bourbon.
Yeah.
High rye kick to it. I think it's good.
6 to 8 years.
It's very unassuming when you start, and then it hits with that pepper and rye at the end.
Yeah.
But I don't get a lot of the typical sweetness you get with bourbon on the front.
Mm-hmm.
It's like nothing.
It is very unassuming.
Right. But then the heat of the rye and stuff, the pepper.
Yeah. So front palate is very minimal.
So it leaves me with a bold bourbon feeling at the end, but when the first sip is I'm not even getting alcohol heat.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's good though.
It's soft up front, middle palate. The finish is where the character comes out.
Right. Yeah, I think it's pretty good for $20.
For $20, that's a bottle worth having in a collection. I think the proof point would hold up well. You could make a nice old fashioned or cocktail with it.
I think so.
I like the bottle design. It's unique. It's a little different than a lot of the bottles. It's not perfectly square. It's not flat.
There's something on the bottom of that 03
Yeah.
or it's a 30.
So, yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Good value for the alcohol and the value. The label's been around. It's made by Heaven Hill.
Sip it easy.
Absolutely. Yikes! I think I might have broke my chair. But I don't know if I'd like that on an ice ball. I think the rye would come out.
I probably would.
Yeah. Christmas.
Fatty 2x4.
Yeah, tell you what. These chairs are wearing out.
You all right?
Yeah. We did
Massive
just have
burrito.
lunch. Yeah, it was giant. Decent.
Settle it with the old Grandpa's
cough syrup. Yeah.
Grandpa's Prilosec.
Yeah. It's nice. $20.
Yes,
6 to 8 years. Great distillery. Heaven Hill, still family owned.
Right.
Out of Kentucky.
Again, it's not going to knock your socks off.
No.
But it's a good, bold, strong bourbon, I think. Without a lot of sweetness. A lot of bourbons have a sweetness in the front. I don't get that.
Vanilla note and stuff. There is
caramel. I'm just getting kind of nothing, and then just the ryegrass and the little honey. I guess that's sweetness. I get a little honey, but
and see, I got the
cherry.
Dark cherry.
See, I still get the ryegrass on the nose.
I get the rye on the finish.
Yeah. Maybe the rye I'm smelling is the cherry you're smelling.
It could be. And its finish is where the character comes out. Front of the palate's pretty bland. Middle of the palate's, the heat's not really there, but the finish is where you get the rye characteristic and some of that.
There's nothing on the initial. That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
But it's not grow. It's just it's almost like water.
Yeah. It's plain, and then after it's gone, the finish is where the character comes out. I don't know that I've had a whiskey do that before.
I don't think so either.
Interesting. So, it's a thumbs up. I like it.
Yeah.
The price point's good. The age is good. The distillery's good. The facts are on the label. Tells you what it is, where it's made. History is readily available. Everything's pretty much out there for you to know. That's a thumbs up.
Yep.
Shout out to you, Shane. Thanks for giving us this Bible bottle to try. You'll get it back here shortly. We won't drink it all, I promise you. With that, we'll wrap this video up. Remember to hit the thumbs up if you like this video. New videos come out every single Saturday. Hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Doesn't cost you anything, and we really appreciate it. It helps us grow as a channel. With that, as always, enjoy your whiskeys and bourbons.
Any way you like.
Cheers. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, pal.
Cheers.